Hello, Algebra 1 students. If you're looking at Mr. Fry's Chapter 2, Quiz 2, I want to take a look at these. I want to read these, give you some interventions and accommodations here. So solve each proportion, explain your reasoning. I want to do some clarifications here. So remember for these proportions, you're going to do cross multiplication. So you can go ahead and cross multiply and then do your distributive property and solve for x. For number 5, you're going to cross multiply again here, and then go ahead and use the distributive property and get a on one side, isolate that variable, and figure out what a equals. Hopefully you're pausing this as I go on and slowing it down, and coming back and listening and getting what you need. Taking a look at 6 and 7, this diagram A, B, and C is congruent to P, Q, R. What I want you to do, I want you to take a look at the way it's written. A is to B as P is to Q. A is to B as P is to Q. So I'm just going to flip this up like it was turned upside down, flip it up. Earlier today I thought it was rotated and it's not, so it's just flipped up. And then, B is to C as Q is to R. So B is to C as Q is to R. So I rewrote this flipped up, and I put these here. And so don't look at this anymore. Look at this. You can compare this side is to this side, as this side is to this side, as this side is to this side, okay? So then you can make your comparisons. So we want to find BC. We want to find BC, this one, okay? This is your number 6, right? So 12 is going to be compared to 8 as x, we don't know what this is compared to 9. So 12 is compared to 8 as x is compared to 9. So go ahead and cross multiply those and then solve for x. You're going to divide both sides by 8 and so on and so forth. For number 7, you want to find CA. So CA, this one, this bottom one. So once again, you could go 12 is to 8 as x is to 10. 12 is to 8. This should be 8 as x is to 10, as x is to 10. Okay? And so once again, cross multiply and then solve for x. For these, I write these out as mathematical equations. I translate them from verbal to mathematical. So what percent of 60 is 12? N percent of 60 is 12 equals 12. I just divide both sides by 60. And then, so, you get 12 divided by 60. It looks like a decimal. Change it to a percent by moving the decimal 2 places to the right. I went ahead and changed this one to a decimal. So I have what and is equals 30% as a decimal of multiplied 70. You just take this 0.3 times 70, and that will give you your answer. Okay, for this one, your car goes 30 miles per gallon, gets 30 miles per gallon on the highway. If gas costs $4.20 per gallon, how much does it cost to drive your car per mile? One thing you're going to do is you're going to just take that, the gas per gallon, and divide it by the 30 miles per gallon. So just take this divided by that. You'll get a how much cents it takes to drive your car just for one stinking little mile. Okay, number 11. A gardener has a 15-foot squared garden, and she increases it to 24 feet squared garden. By what percentage does she increase the area of the garden? So find the difference between these and then compare it to what she started with, okay? So 24 minus 15, figure out what that is. Then take that number divided by 15. That'll give you a decimal. Change it to a percent by moving the decimal 2 places to the right. And here we have you got to describe this in your own words. How are ratios and proportions the same, and how are they different? And then for extra credit, an error analysis, the length of an object is exactly 20 centimeters. A student says that A measurement of 19 centimeters represents a percent error of 95%, while a measurement of 21 centimeters represents a percent error of 105%. Explain what the student did wrong. Can't have, over 100% error. That'd be totally wrong. What are the correct percent errors? So figure that out, and hopefully this helps. Good luck.